Welcome to Synagogues of Texas Part 10. In this episode, we'll take a look at Jewish houses of worship in Sherman, South Padre Island, Spring, Texarkana, the Woodlands, Tyler, Victoria, and Waco. We start out in Sherman, a city of about 40,000 and home to Temple Beth Emet. This Reformed congregation uses guest rabbis. The congregation was dedicated in 1951 and had a most traumatic experience in 2009. On a Friday evening, vandals had broken into the synagogue building, desecrated the temple, trashing and burning the interior, and stealing the Torah. 2 men were convicted and sentenced for stealing the Torahs that they claimed they put in a trash bin. The Torah was created before World War II. The stolen Torah was never found and was presumed to have gone into a landfill. The congregation held a special ceremony to bury it in absentia. Our next stop is South Padre Island and Congregation Shuva Israel, which in English means Return, O Israel. This Orthodox shul has a daily minyan both morning and evening. South Padre Island is a resort town of less than 3,000 inhabitants on the Gulf of Mexico. The synagogue was established in 2004. Rabbi Yonatan Simoni is its spiritual leader. Let's spring forward into Spring, Texas. This 55,000 residential area is just outside the city limits of Houston. The synagogue is called the Congregation Jewish Community North. This Reformed temple is led by Rabbi Jonathan S. Seeger, and the Rabbi Emeritus is Robert D. Scharf. Besides the Friday night and Saturday morning Shabbat service, there is also a daily minyan. The congregation was officially established in 1976. Well, partner, we move on to Texarkana and Reformed Temple Mount Sinai Temple Congregation. Services are led by volunteers and a student rabbi. Services are held once a month on Friday evenings. Congregation Beth Shalom is housed in a location appropriately named the Woodlands. Matthew L. Berger is the spiritual leader of this Reformed temple, and Jan M. Brahms is Rabbi Emeritus. Shabbat services are held both Friday evenings and Saturday mornings. The Woodlands has about 110,000 residents and is located in the Houston metropolitan area. We move along to Tyler, Texas, and 2 Jewish houses of worship. The first is Ahavat Achim Synagogue. Shabbat services are held on Friday evenings and Saturday mornings. The congregation does not currently list a spiritual leader, but we believe that there is a rabbi learner who provides educational services to the congregants. It labels itself East Texas's only congregation of conservative Judaism. So here's Reformed Temple Congregation Beth El in Tyler. Its charter was enacted in 1887. Rabbi Neil Katz is its spiritual leader. Shabbat services are held every Friday evening, and on some Saturday mornings there may be a Torah study or a bar or bat mitzvah ceremony. We admit to being a little confused about the actual location of this synagogue. Google points to it being next door, but we believe that this is the true site. And that leads us to Victoria, Texas, and Temple B'nai Israel. Victoria itself has about 65,000 residents, but is part of a 3-county metropolitan area of a total of 111,000. Still, this synagogue is on the decline. There are about 20 Jewish families in Victoria now. The congregation makes an effort to have occasional services. We're getting close to the end of the roundup of our Texas synagogue tour. We're moseying over to Waco, and we take a peek at Congregation Agudath Jacob, a conservative affiliated synagogue. Ben Zion Laxner is the rabbi. It has a membership roll of about 80 families. The congregation started out in 1886 as an Orthodox shul, and at some point it switched to the conservative movement. All right, I can't lie, it was in 1966. It moved into the location shown here in 1972 and added a Hebrew school in 1993. Besides Shabbat services, daily minyanim can be arranged upon request. Well, we've caught up to our last synagogue in Texas. Temple Rodef Shalom, a Reformed congregation. Laura Schwartz Harari is its rabbi. Shabbat services are held on Friday evenings only. The congregation was formally established in 1879. The building shown here was erected in 1961. As forewarned, this is the end of our tour of Texas Jewish houses of worship. But there are still plenty more states of the Union to check out. So, bye for now, and see you real soon.